Welcome to another video, and in this video we're going to do something very simple. We're going to deploy a virtual network resource, but instead of using the Azure portal that you see in front of yourself right now, I'm going to be using a template. And a template is basically a way to write down and declare how you want your resources to look at the end of their deployment. It's known as a declarative syntax, in which you don't really define the steps per se, but you define what the end state should look like. And then the Azure Resource Manager, which is the underlying architecture for everything that is deployed on Azure, goes through your template and comes up with the final state and gives you your final resource. And that's pretty much how deployment is done if you're using infrastructure as code anywhere in the cloud environment. So let's have a look at the resource we've already deployed. It's a virtual network called Core Services VNet. It has 2 subnets in this address space. And over here, if you see and have a look at the automation subtab over here, there is something called export template. And we'll give it a second to load, but you can straight up see that there's an ARM template option, there's a Bicep. Bicep is a Azure focused and Azure only language, and then there is a Terraform as well. So you can use any of these infrastructure as code options. For me, I'm just going to use an ARM template. And just quickly walking through what we have over here, there are certain parameters which are used in the definition over here, and there are variables as well that you can set. But what really is the meat of the entire template is this resources block over here. And you can kind of see that we define the type of the source, we define the subnets over here in the subnets array. We have the address prefixes for each subnet, and up above in the properties brackets, we have the address space and address prefixes. So that's technically what an ARM template is going to look like. Just the resource is going to change. Instead of a virtual network, you might have a virtual machine or anything else, whatever you might be trying to deploy. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and download this. So, and we can see that we downloaded one. And then the same way, we're going to go up to parameters over here, and we're going to download this as well. Great. Alright, so these are the 2 files that we downloaded, and the first thing is we're going to go to the template file, and we're going to have this JSON over here, and we're going to do some changes so that we can define the new virtual network that we're going to deploy. So we don't really need to change much, so I'll just go up to the find part, and first thing is that we're going to change the name for sure. So Core Services VNet, find that, replace, and we change that to manufacturing services VNet. Just getting my name right. Replace all. So that should help it. Yep, that should be all right. And then what's next step to do is that we want to change all these prefixes, because we can't use the same address space because already we have the Core Services VNet virtual network there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take this up, and I'm going to change this from 20 to 30. So replacing all of these should be all right. Yep. And then we go to the subnet itself. So this is the address prefix for the subnet of the shared service subnet. Let's change the name first actually. So what we're going through is we are making changes in the template so that it can be used to deploy another resource that mimics the virtual network that we already have, but doesn't overlap it. I hope that kind of makes sense. We don't really need to change everything, just the changes we need for the next thing. So it kind of makes sense as well why you use this in a big company, right? So sensor subnet 1, replacing all, and in the same way we have the other subnet over here. I would say it's a database subnet. So we go over here and change that to sensor subnet 2. So there are like 3 matches. So change all of those, and then obviously the prefixes that we were talking about. This will not deploy anyways, so we just go through this one, and we can remove that here, and I'll deploy this, and you know what, hey, I will deploy this over here. Yeah, so replace all of these, Perfect. And similarly for the database subnet as well. Yep, perfecto. So you find all of these ones, and this needs to be that, and that should pretty much take care of it all. Yep, now I'm just making sure that there is nothing that might overlap to the already deployed one. Yep, it looks pretty much the same. Yep, makes sense. Manufacturing cell. Alright, so perfect. So we get the name over here for what we're deploying, manufacturer serving services VNet, right? We copy that and we go back to our parameters JSON file, and here, right here, we change that to, we change the core services VNet to manufacturing services VNet. So we save that first. We can save them in any order, but I just saved that first. So once that's saved and that is also saved, that's pretty much our ARM template done. Yep, easy. But this is basically how you can, get things up and running without actually having to go through this. And you can actually commit this to your GitHub repository. And then as you make changes, you can make changes to your architecture and have them noted down in version control. And if anything happens, you can just revert back to an architecture deployment that worked. So it kind of helps you like that as well. Anyways, once you've got a deployment template ready, you can go up to your Azure portal and search deploy from template, custom template, yeah, over here. Also, you can do this using Bash over here, but I'm not gonna do that just for the sake of good UX right now for you folks. But I will look into doing that as well. Anyway, so when we go up to there, so I might have walked through a step. So when you click on that deploy custom template thing, this page will open up, and you will have like common templates and quick start. It's really helpful. But for us, we can just go into build your own template editor and upload our template file right over here that we saved at 7:55. Perfect. What time is it? Oh, we should make sure we have putting up the right thing. Saving. Yep, should be all right, honestly. And once you save that, you can go up to parameters and load a new file, the parameters JSON file, and that saves that as well. Perfect. Let's have a look through, make sure we are deploying the right thing. Yep, Australia East, manufacturing services VNet. That is the address prefix that we wanted. Sensor subnet 2. You can even check in here if you want for any overlaps or anything that you missed. Perfect. So we save that, and then it's just as easy as clicking on review and create. Required information. Oh, I'm what I missed. Easy. Okay, somehow I clicked the wrong thing. Don't do that, guys. So when you go into basics, just choose your resource group and put up your template, and then click on review and create. And final validation. It should take up a sec. Perfect. So let's go to the resource group and have a look at this new virtual network source that we just deployed. Yep, so we have the correct address space, we have the correct place to deploy it, we have the resource group that I just forgot for a reason, and then we have the two subnets. Perfect. And they do not overlap with the original service we had. Easy. So that's how you can use a deployment template to deploy any resource, in this case a virtual network, to Azure. Thanks, guys.